I'm going to be showing you guys all the basics of tandeming. If you didn't see my basics of drifting video, I suggest you watch that first because all the things that I taught you guys in that video come into play in tandeming. Tandeming is actually something a little hard to learn if you're brand new to drifting, so I suggest that you really work on just regular old drifting first. Once you get that down, go ahead and join an online lobby and you'll do something like this. Soon enough, you'll do something like this. You'll have somebody... I'm a lead, if you don't know what that is. I'm a lead line, obviously I'm in front, and he's doing the follow line or chase line. And you're basically just going to have somebody on your side trying to get as close to like your door as possible on the inside every single time. Now basically, the basics of tandeming, all you're going to be doing is make sure, like I said, all of the things in my basics of drifting video come into place here, because you can't mash the throttle and hope to do good. You have to counter steer like I showed in that video. There's a lot of things you have to know. But basically, all you're going to be doing, especially for your lead lines, is you're just going to drift. Make sure, like the biggest thing is make sure that you don't just have a way faster car than anybody else in the lobby that you're tandeming with, because if you do, then obviously the person behind you isn't going to be able to keep up, they're not going to be able to stay on you, etc. So make sure whenever you're leading, you have a very balanced car with the other people drifting with you, like I do here. I'm in my Nissan S13, the car that I actually told you guys it's a very good starter's car if you want to get it. Tunes available. First things first, like I was saying, make sure you don't have a faster car, make sure it's balanced. I'm an S13, he's an old E30, very balanced cars together. That basically covers all lead lines, but, oh, see like he's doing there? I'll replay that real quick. He was on the brakes a little bit, as you saw. He kept tapping the brakes just a little bit. He's doing it there too, you see, because he probably has a little bit of a faster car than mine. See, I can't really keep up so well, but that's more my bad. But basically, if you do have the faster car in your lead line, you can just make sure you don't completely smash the brakes. Just barely touch it. When you do that, all it's going to do is it's going to slow you just enough to where you can still keep drifting and the people behind you can keep up. Now the chase line or follow line is definitely more complicated. Oh, as you can see, that will happen a lot. You try to hold their angle, or maybe you're trying to catch up, take a shallow line to catch up, I don't know, something like that, and then soon enough you'll spin. But what you're going to be doing on your follow line is, like I just said, you use the same braking method, how you just barely lightly touch the brakes, but you're going to be doing that when you're like right on their door. All you're going to be doing when tandeming is you're trying to hold their line, so make sure you're watching their car and nothing else. Maybe if you notice they start to spin or something, you can look up, look at the wall, make sure you know you're fine. But just look at their car and focus on their line. Try to hold it, see if you can get as much angle, as close as you can get. Oh, it's pulling away right here, see? I'm mashing the throttle. I can't do it. But that's literally all the chase line is. You're following the lead drifter's line. I'm right on top of his tire marks. You see that? Obviously I need to be closer, but I can't right now. I'm just trying to show you guys right on top of his tire marks. I'm holding his line. It would be amazing if I was closer, but you know. I'm not saying you have to watch their tire marks. I'm just saying because I was farther behind, I'm still following their line. But one thing that I suggest you do for learning tandeming is don't jump immediately in and try to hold their angle. Just do this. Like, see, I'm not very sideways. I'm kind of stalling out a bit. I'm not, you know, not too much angle. I'm just sort of following their line. Once you can at least hold their line and you're okay, not getting too much angle, I know, but you can at least hold their line. Now, I guess you can start practicing really holding their line. Make sure you don't e-brake too much, because if you e-brake, I'll show you what happens. See, I'm getting a little close, e-brake, and I'm way too far behind. Whenever that happens, make sure you just brake. Don't use your e-brake too much. If you use it too much, you're going to fall way behind too often. Another thing I suggest doing is right here, just do one-on-one tandems. Don't try to do a drift train, because if you're learning and you're going to do a drift train, it's not going to be the greatest experience, I can tell you that. If it's just one-on-one, just two guys tandeming, you and somebody else, it's a lot easier and it will probably be a lot more fun. It's easy if you just have something like this. Private lobby, we're on a Horizon group, easy. Maybe you can join a party together. I don't know, just make sure it's easiest for you guys to communicate, or at least here I told them a little bit of like codes with, oh gosh. Well, a little bit of codes with like the horns, so double tap honk means pass, you know, stuff like that. So right here is probably doing just what I told you guys. He's not just mashing the throttle, he's probably modulating it. He's foot braking because my car I think is a little bit slower than his. He's holding right on my line. As you can see, he's right there, right on it. Very good drifting. Now because he's a much more advanced drifter, he's obviously holding my angle almost everywhere I go and perfectly holding my line. I don't expect any of you guys to do that right off the bat. And just know when you start drifting, it's going to take some time to get used to it. If you want to learn more drifting and tandeming, I'm going to do a video on advanced drifting and tandeming rather than just the basics like these two videos are. And also, if you want to learn more from me, I say just go ahead and friend me on Xbox. It's in the top right corner right there. It says Chase Man, you know, same as my YouTube. Just go ahead, friend me, maybe message me sometime, and I'll see what I can do. That's going to be it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Know that I'm going to, like I just said, I'm going to make a more advanced video on drifting and tandeming. So keep an eye out for that if you're learning. And I hope this helped you out, because I know there's a lot of people that want to learn drifting in Forza. Because to be honest, there's a lot of people that I'll see like at the drag strip or somewhere else, and then they just come across the parking lot and they see everybody drifting and they just go ahead and join in, but they don't really know too much about what they're doing. So I hope this helps you out. Hope you get started drifting. And I guess keep me updated. Message me if you got really good and we'll join the lobby, whatever. That realistically covers like all lead line. I guess the only other thing I can say is once you, like say you do have a very powerful